Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG, the final leader of those that got banned by the ban list is Doflamingo. I'm not covering Enel, I've played a few Enels, and Enel feels really bad. It feels really bad. Certainly with the builds I've been seeing at the minute. Anyway, Doflamingo, people foresaw he might be dead. I foresaw he might be dead, because I've played a lot of black decks in the past, and when you play into Doflamingo and they didn't see Jinbei, well, it was a whitewash. And I do still think if those black decks were at their full power, well, Doffy may still be dead, but they're not. They don't have Moria. They don't have Ice Age, which admittedly is less relevant for this matchup, but still not bad. Not having Moria is a big hit for those. And as such, Doflamingo, I think, has an interesting spot in this meta, where he's still very powerful, but he's nowhere near as powerful as he used to be. Specifically into, like, the control removal matchups. And I think that Shanks sort of fills into that boat. I do have a couple games against Shanks, and I'm not going to spoil the results. I do think that matchup is difficult, but a lot of Shanks players are currently on very aggressive builds, with things like the ST21 Zoro and the 3-cost Sanji. Note, I didn't say the 5-cost Luffy, because I think that card is very good in all builds. But I think the Zoro and the Sanji build, and also the Animal build, is very weak into Doflamingo, because we still have access to lore. In addition to lore, we've still got all our old favourites. We've got Weevil to just be Mr. Value. We've got Boa, who does literally everything. I've gotten down to 3 of the Teach. Still a very good card, but because you don't need to play quite as aggressively sometimes, I think 3 is fine. And I did want to find room for 4 Red Rocks. So Red Rock is really good at combating a lot of the premier decks this format. You can combo it with the 4-cost Lore against Bonnie, so that even if they have the Tashigi, you can bounce the Tashigi with the Lore, and then use your remaining 6 Don, assuming you're on 10, which is usually when you're using a Red Rock anyway, to bot deck whatever you need, be it a Doflamingo, a Zoro, a Kid, who knows what else. But the combo of Lore plus Red Rock, really good into Bonnie, Red Rock, really good into Shanks, paying 6 to just get rid of that 10-cost Shanks is so important. And it can also be good at dealing with their 8 costs if you have a backup. I would save at least 1 Red Rock for their 10-cost Shanks, the rush one. Otherwise, you may find yourself in a spot. 'Cause once that hits the board, the game gets so much harder. Still on 2 of the Raging Tiger. There's still a fair amount of mid-range around. Things like Bonnie, play a lot of 5-cost Carrots and Cavendishes. You can get rid of those with this. And into other decks like Purple Luffy, of course, they have Sangoros and Kids. It's just not a bad card. And the trigger's kind of funny when you get it. 3 the Jozu, I'd kind of like 4. I think the Jozu's very good. I sort of started on 3, thinking, oh, maybe we only need 3 now with the additional removal from the Red Rocks. But I think going forwards, I'd probably be at 4. Not sure what I'd cut though. That's a conundrum at the minute. 2 of the Pudding. I've seen lists without Pudding. I don't know, man. I really like Pudding. You get so much value out of this sometimes. Sometimes it's not a good play. And at 4/4 and not a Warlord, it's fairly weak tempo-wise. But if you can get like 2 to 3 cards out of your opponent's hand, man, I feel like you've got to play Pudding. I'm on 2 of the Drawdo. He's fine. If you can drop him exactly on 10, he's very powerful. Because you use these 4 cards to get out of the extra aggression that your opponent has because you haven't been like attacking with your Dons or whatever. And then you've got a 10-12, and 10-12s are really good in this format. There's not a lot that's removing them outside of other blue decks with Red Rock. Of course, Bonnie can play their big Shanks, but if they're playing Shanks, they're not playing Kid, and they're not playing Zoro, which are probably scarier cards into you. This card is definitely not mandatory, but I do enjoy it at 2 so far, but we'll see. But yeah, Doflamingo, I think, is still decent, and definitely not as good as he used to be, the same as Lucian Smoker, but also definitely not dead. Let me know what you think about these games with Doflamingo. Going second into Shanks. You know I hate it. This hand's solid though. We've got double Sengokus, we can do Boa on Fort and still swing. Got Red Rock. Yeah, we got to keep this one realistically. I'd love to see a Jozu is one card I would love to see. To bounce whatever they play on 5. Ben Beckman. That's a good card. Getting the Teach down is tempting, but I do want to fix this hand with the Sengokus. A Weevil will be nice. Definitely don't need a second Teach. Well, there's all of our Weevils. Wow, that's all 4, right? So what's our curve looking like? On 4, we're doing On 4, we might just be doing Weevil. And then on 6, doing Hancock Weevil. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think I'm going to take a second Weevil to keep the option open. Because I don't mind taking the first swing here anyway. I hope he doesn't do 5-5. That'd be rude. Hopefully it's just 5. Oh, sorry, just 8. Or like some searches. Maybe. We'll see. Sure, it's going to be 6 and then keep 2 open for the event. That's fine. Draw those alright on exactly 10. But it's not amazing. Second red rock's pretty good. Now we've got the choice of Weevil, then Hancock Weevil next turn, or just Hancock this turn and still swing 6. I think I prefer just doing the Weevil. We'll noob check him. If he wants to use his event to kill our Sengoku, that's brilliant. Yeah. Always worth noob checking at least once. Then we'll just pass it over. So 5, I'm expecting Yasop. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting here. Very good play is Yasop. I was thinking I had this teach on the board. I'm talking about doing Hancock Weevil again. We're doing Hancock and then whatever the fuck we see off Hancock. Don't mind taking one more. We've got to be careful now, though. I mean, a law would be pretty good. A law would be pretty good about now. Let's see what we get off the Hancock. Ooh, it's my lucky day. Yep, we'll put that one there. I'll draw the pudding happily, and then we'll skip the Sengoku. Attack him for 7. Use the card action. Deploy that. Bounce this. He responds first, of course. I always forget the timing's a little weird on this Shanks effect, isn't it? He's not got 2 open for his stinky event, which is very nice. He doesn't use his effect, so we'll bounce this, bounce that. And then he can probably take this one. It's 8 cards. I'm almost tempted to not attack. We're going to 7. It's going to be trash the Hancock. Yeah, it's just going to be trash the Hancock, so we may as well attack, right? I was thinking because we're probably going to pudding next turn. But either way, we get rid of the card, right? Yeah, we'll just do it. Yeah, it gives it Rayleigh. Sure. Pass it over there. I'm expecting Ben or Newgate, I guess, maybe. Anything else is less scary because of the amount of counter we have in our hand. Ben, and he searched a Ben, right, with this Uta. So we know he has at least Ben. But Ben's a good play. Ben's a good play. Okay, so he has Newgate. He's going to go with that. I respect it. I don't know if it's the right call, but I do respect it. We'll go no blocker. Ditch one of these. Yeah. We kind of need to get rid of this Newgate. But he also is very weak to pudding right now. A conundrum. I think we forego the pudding just to get rid of the Newgate. Yeah. Because this just gets value turn over turn, right? If he drops Rayleigh next turn, this is just broken. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to go 2 for Weevil here. 2 for Teach here. Then we're going to put the Weevil, I guess, on the top. And we'll swing 7. Depending on how he responds to this is whether I'll attack with these characters. Gives leader effect 2. I'm happy to eat some more counter. Probably takes this one, right? Yeah. Pass it over there. So this has got to be Rayleigh, I'm expecting. I mean, we also know he has Ben, at the very least. But I'm expecting Rayleigh. Dragon. I mean, that's pretty good too. Can we... We can't quite save both. I mean, we can save both of these, but it's not advisable. We'll let that one go. Just going to swing 8. I think I'll save this one. I think we'll ditch the pudding at this point. This one I kind of like going with Kaido here. Can't lie, just to get a bunch of cards. And then next turn we'll Red Rock his guy and we can Kaido into the dragon. Seems reasonable. Let's start with 6. And we can still keep up the aggression. We can still swing 6, 7. Gives us no Tama, sure. We'll put the Weevil on the top. And then we'll swing 7. Get one more bit of aggression into him. Can lead a 2 if he wants. It's fine. Just leaders and takes. Sure. Be my guest. Yeah, this goes anywhere. It's such a crazy card, this Teach. So if this is just Shanks, we're in a really good spot here. Because we've got the Red Rock. We've got like a Perona to do a stack. We've also got Teach, so just put the Weevil there. It's not Shanks. Interesting. Well, we're going to counter out this one. We'll give him one that's Sengoku's. That's what we've drawn all these cards for, is to use as counter. So it only makes sense to use them as such. Not seeing a Shanks is lovely. I'm going to counter this one as well. You know? I don't know what this is for 9. Ben. Sure, he just gets rid of it anyway. And then 2 for a Red Hawk, I'm guessing. Okay, that's very reasonable. Well, we just want to keep up the aggression here, I think. He's going to get to use this unless we do something pretty interesting. And attack with the Teach. I hate attacking with the Teach. I don't hate it. Deploy this and draw a card. Sure. Sure, I'm going to do a search. What do I like? I kind of like the Moria here, you know? Kind of do like the Moria. So we can just put him on top, grab a 2k. The Hancock's not bad too, just because it's 6k power. I think we can grab the Hancock. And we'll put the Hancock on top. Attack 6 at lead. That's odd. That's odd. He has to counter this one as well. Oh, he can use his event here. I mean, I guess he doesn't have to, but he goes to 0 and we can play FEMA, right? We can. Do I want these? They're alright. They're alright. What do I want instead? Like Law, probably? Let's ship them out. I think it's fine. We'll ship them out. Because I do kind of want to see Law. Can't lie. He should just use his event here. It's very, very clean. And you can KO my Sengoku. It's all good. It's all good. I'll allow it. And then I think I will take out the dragon with the Kaido if he does the event. If he takes, then we'll attack lead and just get into 0. Present the statement. We are going to win next turn with FEMA if we have it. Okay, it's not that. It's Divine Departure. Now do we take out the dragon? I do kind of want to take out the dragon. Yep, cool. End the turn. So if he has his big Shanks by now, well, we're going to just Red Rock it. And we're probably Red Rocking something next turn anyway. He should probably take this turn to take out the Teach with either the Leader Swing or the Uta. But if he's attacking that, he's not attacking this. Very much doubt he can clear this Kaido. And without slamming like 17 with Beckman, which is obviously not great. Because that's his whole turn. So we'll see what he goes for here. We'll see. He's got options. He's got a lot of options. I think the tank or Shanks is the best play. Because it can... That's a little weird. That's a little weird. 2, 4, 5. If he does 17 into... If he does 17 into 12. I do want to keep this Kaido, though. You know what? If you want to do 17 into 12, so be it. So be it. I'll eat my words if you want to do 17 into 12, sir. I'm not risking dying for no reason. I'm not risking it. And like, if you're doing that, then you're not killing the Teach, you're not killing the Boa. I don't think that was the right move. I really don't. Yeah, no. Definitely not, sir. Roger. Sure. But no. Definitely not. Let's get rid of that one. And then we'll start with 7. Can't remember what I put on the second. Oh no, I sent to the bottom with the Hancock, didn't I? Yeah, sure. Let's do 7. We can do 9 here. It's all but guaranteed, right? Yeah. We'll put the Perona on top, I guess. And then put 2 Dons here. We'll just do 9. And then take the win with the Kaido. If he takes this, if he counters, we'll just clear the Beckman and win next turn. Cool. Nice. Good win. The Kaido was actually pretty important that game. Yeah, these Red Hawks, I really don't like them. Like, he had a couple turns where he had it up. But we just play around it. It's really not that hard to play around. And I feel like you've got to just respect your opponent to accept that this is a 4K counter and nothing more. Either way, we'll play to our opponent. That was an interesting game. I wonder what the turning point was there. It felt like the turn where we got the Kaido down on 10 was just incredible, because he couldn't really do anything on that next turn. And he ended up just deploying the Ben, right? And the Ben was fine. I think it was the Ben. Yeah, I think it was the Ben. And the Ben was fine. But we had a 10-12, and that's quite scary. Either way, well played to our opponent, and let's move on. Doffy versus Kid. Let's see how this one goes. This will be interesting. I'm going to take first. This looks pretty reasonable. We've got the Perona, we've got the Sengoku, we've got Pudding if things get too crazy. Nothing great to play, but hopefully this Perona will help us out. It's not amazing, in all honesty. We can play the Law just to pick something up. It's not great though, you know? We can just play out the Moria as a vanilla, I guess. Yeah, we'll draw the buggy, play out the Moria. We're not going to get any effects, but I want the Law for next turn to bounce his Hawkins. Because I'm presuming he plays Hawkins on 4. We'll draw the Jozu, play the Law, and then draw the Raging Tiger. Seems reasonable. A minute turn. And after the Law, I'll probably drop this Sengoku, because I don't think the Raging Tiger is going to be terribly impactful. Do 7, use the card action, deploy that. Sadly, not grabbing anything from the trash, but it is what it is. He's up on 8 cards, so we could even just Pudding next turn, in all honesty. We've got choices. Zoro. Zoro's going to rush. Yeah, I'll let this happen. I'm just going to Pudding next turn, I think. 5 and 5. Yeah, I'll let this happen. I don't mind taking the first hit. A Poo? Sure, why not? Yeah, we're going to go with the pudding. Oh no, only gets one card now because he played the Apu, actually. So we probably don't go with the pudding, thinking about it. We've got the Law on the top of the deck, so we'll go with that, and then we'll go with Sengoku and maybe Buggy. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. So go 7. Here. Use the card action, deploy that, pick up this, bounce. I'll give him back the Zoro. So it's a brick. He's not going to want to just keep playing out this Zoro. It's not great. So we'll force him to... He's going to take... We can pudding him next turn for a lot. We can get some great value there. Let's go with the Sengoku, then we'll go with the Perona. So next time we're going to be on 7. Weevil could be pretty reasonable. I'll take the Weevil there. And then we'll go with the Perona. The Red Rock's going to be good. Let's start placing on the top. I'd quite like to draw the Hancock. I want the Weevil in the next 3. And if I'm going to rearrange with the Hancock, I think, here. So we can do the rest later. But I just want to draw the Hancock. Then we'll end the turn. I'm expecting a Kudatsu, perhaps, to come out here. 5 and 5. I'm going to save this for 1k. We'll give the... We can also do the pudding next time. We've got choices next time, because we've got the Teach as well. The Teach is really nice. I think we'll give him the Buggy here. Sure, he's going to play out the Zoro again. Fair enough, I guess. I'll let the Lord die to the Zoro. That's fine. That's fine. I'll definitely let the Lord die to the Zoro if you're going to swing 8 into it. That's absolutely fine. So he's going to make the Zoro a blocker. I don't really care about that. I think we're going to go with the pudding here. And then we'll put the Weevil on top. With the Teach. Seems reasonable. Deploy. We use this. Put the Weevil on top. The 2 Don here. Attack in for 7. Use the card action. Deploy the Weevil. We draw the Red Rock. That's very nice. He's going to give us the Apu. Sure. Then we'll pass it over. So we don't have much of a board, but it's kind of okay. He doesn't have much of a hand because of that pudding. I think the pudding was worth. Luffy's into a Kid. 5 and 5. I'll take 1. Because I kind of want to defend this Weevil. I'm guessing this might be Law for 7. Robin for 6. Sure. And then we're going 6 here. Well, I don't mind doing Jozu to give him back the Robin. That's honestly quite reasonable. I'm definitely saving this. What are we saving it with? Probably the... It might be the Jozu, honestly. And do we just go with like a Hancock? Plus something else next turn. Yeah, it seems reasonable. We'll give him the Jozu. And then he can't make anything a blocker. I do kind of want to take out this Zoro at this point. It's getting a little annoying. Yeah, we get another Weevil there. So we can go with Hancock. Yeah, we can get some nice plays here, I think. Let's go 5 with Pudding into the Zoro. He's going to save it. Yeah, it gives a Robin. The Robin's pretty useless. Let's go 4 for Hancock over Sengoku. What do we got here? Moria, Sengoku, Perona. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. He's going to 10, so he can do like 6, 7. Are we going to put this Weevil on top with the Teach? Is another question. I think not, right? I think we just don't use the teacher's turn. Unless we want to attack with the teach itself. Which is an option. No, I think I'm going to go with the Moria. Start placing on top. Put the Moria there. And then put the other two underneath. Yeah, seems reasonable. Turn those there. And give a Don to Doflamingo. So we can swing 7 with this. Tap 1. We've got 2 Don left. I kind of want this Zorro gone, just to alleviate a little bit of pressure. But getting him down to 1 would be pretty good here. I'm going to go into the Zorro. Not sure if that's correct or not. Play over the Prona. We'll take back the 2K. He lets it go. That's cool. We'll go... I'm really tempted to go with this Teach. We'll just put the Weevil on top. Because we don't need the 1-drops. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Teach. We'll attack for 6. And then put Weevil on the top. Give 2 Don here. And then we'll attack him for 7. He's going to take... Looks like he got a trigger there. Will be interesting to see what that was. Satori ditches a kid. Sure. Now we've got quite an intimidating board, right? Compared to his 1 life. So he's got to be careful. Okay, he's going for game. Going for game with the flame split. Sure, so what are his splits? He can do 7, 9, 9, 10 is his splits if he just does this. Let me take this one. This hits a 4. Do we want to bot deck the Luffy? Not really, but we might as well reduce his options. Okay, he's going with the Law. He's playing defensive now. Sure. Interesting. Yeah, that's fine. That's not fine. Yeah, and this is a blocker. So we can red rock the blocker. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings to go. This seems like the best way. So we'll go... I think I'll start with a 5 from Moria. We could actually go board. We could still go board. Because if we can remove both of these, then we're in a very good spot. I think that's probably the way, right? Yeah. Yeah, we can put the Weevil on top and just play out the Weevil and draw the card. Seems reasonable to me. We can't attack with this. We can attack with this, right? Do we want to? Do we want to attack with this? What rush can they play? They could play the... He might actually still have that, Zorro. No, we killed it. But his life is higher and would be equal if we take out the X-Drake. I'm not going to risk it. I think we kill him next turn. So I'm going to leave the boa standing up. Just in case there's some kind of crazy rush that I'm not thinking about. Obviously, he can rush with Ace, but we can counter the leader swing for 5. So that's not a threat. He can do 8 for Kid, but we could counter a 7, so... Yeah. Sure. We can actually just Kaido here. There's absolutely no danger. So I probably will just Kaido here. This is probably a win, but with this one Don, if it's a flame split, he can get out of a fair amount of our aggression. And there's not a lot we can do about it. Let's go 6 on 5. It's got a 2k. Cool. Let's go 5 and 5. Now we know this is a we know this is a 2k, but this could be a stinky trigger. This could be a stinky trigger. So let's just deploy this. And then the turn. There's no need for this to be a 0 cost and we don't win. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. 2k. Can I make this a blocker? Ah, it's just a Hawkins. Never mind. But we can just get rid of this. Swing 7 with Weevil, and then that'll be the game. We'll play to our opponent. We just about got there. Probably could have killed him about 2 turns ago, but there was just no reason to. There was absolutely no risk. And with yellow, you never know with the triggers. The triggers can be tough. This Kaido wasn't essential, but it was quite nice at the end there. It made sure that our win was 100% guaranteed. Either way, well played to our opponent, the yellow kid, and let's move on. Got a game into Shanks. I'm going to take first. No Perona, no Teach, so we mulligan. Perona. Sure. We'll start placing on the top there for sure. I'd like to draw Sengoku, I think. No, I think I want to draw Boa, play Boa, and then these 3 we're going to see off the Boa, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. We'll go from there. I think I do want the Boa on 5 as well as the Boa on 3. Okay, it's an aggro straw build. Yeah, this lore is going to be very important. That lore is going to be very important. Swing 7, use the card action, deploy that. He can respond with his leader effect, and then we can do the Boa effect. So there's no real point using the leader effect unless he wants to counter for 3. I mean, he can. Yeah. Do we want to draw into these? I don't hate it. These aren't bad cards. Let's start placing on top. We'll draw the Sengoku, because I don't think we want the pudding next turn. He's going to be at 6, 7, 8. He's going to be at 7. Pudding's not bad, but I don't think we want the pudding. I think we want the lore. Presuming he plays out that Zoro. So I'm going to draw the Sengoku. We'll then draw the pudding, and then maybe play the Miorg if we need to. And yeah, we'll put it on here. So it's 8 on 5, and he's going to take. No problem. No chance. He doesn't. Then we'll end the turn. So if this is just the Zoro, he can't attack our Boa, which is very nice. If he just rams 9 into Boa, we'll of course let it go. 6. What's this 3 doing? 5 with Nami? 3 for Sanji, maybe? Probably 3 for Sanji. Let's give him a Perona, because we're going to get this one back off our lore. And this is 3 for Sanji. Seems sensible to me. Okay, so we're going to go with the lore. I do want to keep the pressure up. I don't mind leaving the Boa untapped, though. Just so that he has to attack our face. Just go with the 6. He'll give us a 2k here for sure. I would expect, anyway. I guess you never know, but... Leader effect 1k. Why not? Fair enough. I want to get the 2k, but I don't. I want him to have to attack our face so that we're not getting starved. So I'm going to leave the Boa face up. We'll just bounce the Sanji and pass. 6 Don. I got no idea. It might be that Zoro with 2 Dons on him that comes down. It looks like it might be that Zoro. I don't hate taking 2 though here. And we can always block 2 with the boa if that is the case. Cool. Yeah, I don't hate taking 2 here because we're going to do another law. So I'm going to go no blocker resolve, take once more. Now we've got a nice amount of characters. We can defend our guys very easily. We're on 7. Not quite enough to do like a pudding thing. So let's go with... What are we on? We're on 7. So 4 for law. 3 for leader effect would be ideal, but no, we do know the stack. It's a Mihawk, right? But we don't need to. We can do like 6/6 with the law so that he can't get value out of the leader effect. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's start with 6 from Boa. Stop that. Cost him a 2k, and he didn't have one earlier. At least not one that he wanted to give us. So maybe he doesn't have one. We'll see. Oh, the fact that you use your leader effect like that is very weird, sir. That's very weird. I'm gonna go 6/6, 1 for Sengoku, and then we'll do the law. Yeah. Yeah, it seems reasonable to me. I don't hate doing the Perona though, either, just to get the stack going for next turn. But we've got a boa that we can probably drop next turn anyway, so we'll take it like that. He did have a 2k. Why is he doing leader effect 1 instead of just giving us a 2k? That's strange. Maybe it's some new tech that I'm not sure about, but feels like if you have a 2k, you're better off doing 2k than leader effect 1. Just so you've got the leader effect on board, because we could have like swung 5 with this law. The only reason I swung 6 was because I figured he didn't have any 2ks. Either way, maybe it was a bait. Go to Sengoku. We'll grab... Okay, that's a lot of the same shit. We've got 2 2s. I don't hate grabbing a teach here. That could be good for aggression. Or just a 2k. I wish I could take this Jozu, but here's what it is. I think I'll take the teach. And then we'll go with the law. Bounce this, bounce that. Another than the turn. Getting rid of that Zoro is just so nuts, because that guy just wants to die, and we just get rid of him. Push him to the side. And if our opponent only plays out 1 character, I'll probably go with the pudding this turn. Beckman, it looks like it's going to be only 1 character. Then we're going to see a 6. Yeah, we'll give a 2k on that one. We'll give a buggy because we have a Perona. Redwork's alright, probably using that next turn to get rid of the inevitable Shanks. I think for this turn, we're going to pudding him here. Yeah. Pudding for 4. Then we've got 5 more. So if we do teach, we'll have 3 more, but 2 on leader. So we can do like 6/6 and leader effect. That seems good. That does seem good indeed. So let's go with a pudding. Then we'll go 6 with law, 6 with law, 7 with leader. Just ripping 2 cards out of his hand just feels very good. Feels very good. And we're demanding 2Ks now. We're demanding them. Give them to me now. Perhaps. God, I love... Okay, I mean, that's a strict misplay, right? He used leader effect and then gave 2. But this guy has 3 billion bounty, so he's not bad. That was an odd decision. That was a very odd decision. I don't understand that. Either way, let's go 6 again. That was bizarre. And he takes that. I can't explain this, I'm sorry. Let's put a Weevil on the top. 1, 2. Attack in for 7. Use the card action. Deploy the Weevil. Draw a card. We get the 2k off that. That's very nice. Now we'll end the turn. And we're presenting a very scary board. We've got 4 meaningful attackers. We've got a teach. That's just kind of pretty good. We can do Red Rock next turn. That's a strong option if he just slams the 10 Shanks. And he does indeed slam the 10 Shanks. So we can defend 1 of these. He's going to get this. He's going to get this. But we can defend 1 very easily. So let's give him the Crocodile. Yeah, we can't defend that. And then he can take up the Weevil as well. Yeah, we can't defend that either. So we're always doing this. Let's just start with it. Get rid of that. And I think... Do I like using the teacher to deploy the boa or just deploying the boa? I think I like just deploying the boa. Because then we can always use the teach to attack with the lure if we deem it worthwhile. Yeah, let's do this. We can get the stack going as well. Yeah, I don't hate the Moria. Stop placing on top. We'll draw the buggy, play the Moria. Seems reasonable. 6 at life. Now, if you use your leader effect now, that's the biggest grief I've ever seen in my life. Because we can just attack 5 with lore. Just give a 2k, please. Stop using your leader effect immediately. He puts it on the lore. Well, now we're definitely not attacking with the lore. Oh, it's so weird, man. So weird. I don't get it. Is there another Shanks? I really hope there isn't. I don't. I wish I did have another red rock. That would be insane. But alas. 7 on 5. We'll go no blocker resolve. Never mind. I have another red rock. Okay, it's not a Shanks. It's a Rayleigh. So let's take the block too. Because the Rayleigh is going to kill our Hancock anyway, presumably. I lied. It's a Luffy. You know what? Yeah, fine. You can have it. It's all good. 2 open for Red Hawk. I hate that. I hate that card. We know there's a Moria on the top, which is not a bad card at all. I think he's going to get to destroy the Teach. Which is a bit of a bummer. It is a bit of a bummer. But there's nothing in my hand that I want to put on top. We could Sengoku into the Moria and then teach the Moria, but that feels really wasteful. That feels wasteful, given that we've set it up already. Let's go put 1 there so we can't Red Hawk that. And put 2 there so we can't Red Hawk that. He's going to get to hit the Teach, I think. I don't think we have much choice about it. Yeah, I think it's just one of them. It is what it is. But I do kind of... Red rocking this Beckman is honestly not bad. Although red rocking the Luffy is also not bad. And then we could use the Teach. But I guess it's only the Mihawk. But the Mihawk is still not the worst. Now let's just go aggressive this turn. You can kill the Teach, it's fine. 8 here. Need to keep the last 3. So we'll start with a 7. From Law. I don't think he understands you can... Yeah, sure, we knew that was coming. I don't think he understands you can not use the leader effect and then use it again later. I think that's why he's playing very weirdly. So this is 7. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the leader and take it to 8. Yeah, sure. 7 on 5. He takes that one. I mean, we can go to 9. But I don't think it's worth it. I think getting the extra character down is really good. And we're still doing 8, right? Yeah, he didn't have the counter for 8 anyway. Some weird plays from him. I don't think it mattered that much in the long run. But definitely did a couple cards out of sequence. But yeah, this aggro build, like, I mean, he played the Sanji, we bounce it to hand. He played the Zoro, we bounce it to hand. It's just kind of, it is what it is. It's just kind of bad into bounce. This build, where did Zoro end up? Didn't he play Zoro? Did it end up at the bottom of the deck for some reason? Oh, we puddinged him. We puddinged him. Okay, well played to our opponent. I'm not sure about this full aggro build of Shanks. I really do think the control build is significantly better. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Well, I don't know what to expect here, but I'm going to go first. We've got Teach, but I would love to see Prona or Buggy. Don't love using Teach from the get-go. Okay. I have paid the price for my sins. Now, I would love to top deck Teach. Ah, dear. The greed didn't pay off this time, but we'll see. One thing to note about Yamato is they can be either the full aggro with like Sky Island stuff, or they can be a defensive build with Fortress. Either way, we're just doing YOLO here. We've drawn a lot of Warlords, so there's a good chance this whiffs. Feels bad. Feels bad. I should have kept that opening hand with the Teach, but like the rest of the hand wasn't great. The Kaido was pretty dead in this matchup because they're so fast. Whoa, that's crazy. That doesn't feel right, but I don't want to take a double hit for 5, really. What's he going to do for 4? I've got not a clue. I don't know what he's going to do for 4, but I'm going to just give him this Mihawk because we might just play out the Moria here. Cover it back, depending on what this is. That is a Kiku Nojo. And I would love a Law. Let's see if we can hit a Law. We hit a Law. Incredible. We'll put the Law on top, funnily enough. Then I guess I'll draw the Mihawk and then we'll play the Boa. Seems reasonable. Yeah. And then we'll go big swing in, use the card action, deploy this, bounce that to get rid of that Kiku Nojo. I don't want to see her. Then we'll end the turn. So it's like if he wants to attack our Law, bruh. Bruh is all I've got to say on that one. Didn't expect that one. The Demon Ashura and the Onami. I don't actually know how good it is, but it's interesting. It's interesting, right? Let's go 5-5. Gonna take. No trigger. That's always nice to see. Let's go with the Hancock. We'll place those on the top. I don't love these two, but I do like the Hancock, and I like guaranteeing this leader effect here. So we'll place the Hancock on top and then just put the other two there, and we'll see how it goes. We could Perona. Nah, we'll save it. I think I'll do 7. And then we'll do the Perona at the end of the turn. I like that. Because it's going to be 8 anyway. With this. Yeah, let's just ship these out, right? Yeah, ship those out. And then put a Don here. So it's 8 on 5. He's got to take. Does he get a trigger? Nope. Excellent. I think we're in a very good spot. Deploy this. Raging Tiger. Ooh, these seem like good cards. These are good cards. Stop placing on top. I want to draw the Raging Tiger, just in case we need it, in case he plays out a bunch of dudes. Yeah, and he just concedes. Yeah, whoa. That is 1k counter. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Nice quick win there against Yamato. This leader's just not very competitive, honestly. And certainly into other aggro decks, it's really not good. But well played to our opponent. I'm sure he did the best with what he drew. So, what did you think of those names with Doflamingo? I'm by no means a top Doflamingo player. I'm probably not even a very good Doflamingo player at all. However, those were my efforts with this deck, at least to start with. I do think he's pretty good in this meta. Your Blackbeard matchup, on the surface, hasn't got any worse. But in reality, they were using their leader effect every single turn from turn 1. And why was that? Well, that was because of Jinbei. Now we don't have the threat of Jinbei. They basically have an extra card every single turn. The only turns they need to use their leader effect is if they're dropping a Burgess and are scared of Law, or if they're dropping like a Van Augur and are scared of Jozu. Outside of that, yeah, there's no need to use their leader effect. So they get probably an extra 3 to 4 cards throughout the game just by us not being allowed to put Jinbei in our deck, which is tough. And they also have the extra cards that they draw off the Kuzan that they now have access to. And Liberation is, of course, very good into us. That's sort of another matchup where the Red Rock's very good. Just being able to bot deck those teachers is very strong. And we also have the Raging Tiger for the burgers, which is reasonable. I do think that matchup is fine, favor for Doffy for sure, just not as much as it used to be. Other matchups, Zoro is popping up now. We're very good into Zoro because we have Law. Bonnie can be tough, but 4 Red Rocks certainly helps. And these 2 Kaidos can also be decent into the Bonnie. Shanks and Lucci and Smoker. Lucci and Smoker less so because they're not very popular, but Shanks I think is actually quite tough despite the results of those games suggesting perhaps otherwise. If they're on more of the control stuff, they go like Newgate. That is difficult to deal with. It is difficult to deal with. The some of the forecasts that they're playing, like the Chopper and the Rue, they're still useless into us, but like without the Jinbei, we have so much less pressure. They can be way more defensive. And that's why I'm compensating for that with the 4 Red Rocks, to just get rid of their big stuff. So if you can consistently tax them 1 to 2 cards per turn and remove their thing, well, we're going to win eventually, right? But yeah, either way, let me know what you think of Doffy. If you've got a different list, what would you put in? I think the only obvious card that I'm not playing is FEMA. And I looked at quite a lot of lists, and a lot of them are cutting it, so I figured we'd try without it. And because of the existence of it, your opponent is going to do everything they possibly can to not get FEMA'd. And they did that before. And there were lists before that didn't even play it. But I think now we're sort of more of a mid-range theory anyway. And with the access to the Red Rock, things like Tankle's Teach are way less threatening. So, I don't know. I don't know if we need the FEMA, but 1's not bad, right? If you want to put 1 in your deck, nobody's going to look at you funny. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.